The moment the courtroom cameras switched on, the entire audience leaned forward. A piercing voice shattered the silence. "You don't get to judge me. My father pays more in taxes than this entire courtroom makes combined." Gasps rippled across the room. Judge Frank Caprio slowly lifted his eyes, his face calm but unreadable. The young defendant, 18-year-old Alexis Marino, draped in designer clothes and dripping entitlement, crossed her arms and smirked at the judge like she owned the place. And then she said it. "Do you even know who I am?" The courtroom froze. Judge Caprio exhaled, steady and cold. "We're all about to find out." The story rewinds to that morning. The courtroom bathed in soft winter light pouring through tall, frosted windows. Dust particles floated like tiny stars in the sunbeams, giving the room a strangely serene glow. Wooden benches creaked as people shifted, each carrying the weight of their own problems. Camera pans across the gallery. A mother whispering comfort to her nervous teenage son. A uniformed veteran clutching his parking ticket with trembling hands. An elderly man rubbing his forehead as if carrying decades of burdens. Then the camera glides toward Judge Caprio's bench, polished, dignified, almost sacred in its quiet authority. A bailiff opens the door and calls out. "Next case, Alexis Marino." The courtroom's atmosphere changes instantly. Heels click rapidly on the tiled floor as Alexis struts in like she's walking a runway. Blonde hair perfectly curled, oversized sunglasses, a luxury bag swinging from her wrist like a trophy. Every step screams privilege, arrogance, and expectation. People in the courtroom exchange looks. Everyone senses it. This girl did not come here to be accountable. She came to perform. And the stage was set. Alexis doesn't wait to be asked anything. She marches right up. "Let's get this over with. I have class in an hour." Judge Caprio adjusts his glasses. "Miss Marino, you're here for..." She cuts him off. Yeah. Some stupid ticket. It's ridiculous anyway. I wasn't even going fast." Caprio looks down at the file. "The officer clocked you at 52 in a 25. She scoffs loudly. "Maybe his machine was broken. Or maybe he was jealous I drive better cars than he ever will." Murmurs erupt behind her. She rolls her eyes. "Can we just skip to the fine? My dad will pay it. He always does." Judge Caprio raises a brow. "You're not taking this seriously." Alexis smirks. "Why would I? I've never had to. You can ask anyone in this courtroom, rules don't apply to people like me." Even the bailiff shifts uncomfortably. Then Alexis leans forward, smug, bold, dripping with attitude. "Let's move this along. Frank." A stunned silence falls. Calling him by his first name. With disrespect. Inside his courtroom. Every eye turns to Judge Caprio. His face stiffens just a little. A storm is forming. Before Caprio responds, the next person in line accidentally drops his papers. Everyone turns. A frail elderly man, late 70s, thin coat far too small for the cold, kneels to pick up his scattered documents. His hands shake uncontrollably. He winces in pain when bending down. Alexis groans loudly. "Can someone hurry him up? This is taking forever." The old man looks up at her, startled and embarrassed. Judge Caprio softens. "Sir, take your time." The man nods gratefully. His name is Arthur Jennings, a retired factory worker living on a fixed income. His eyes carry a lifetime of hardship, yet a quiet dignity. He whispers. "I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's my back. I'm not as steady as I used to be." Alexis huffs. "Then sit down already. Some of us have things to do." Arthur lowers his head. Judge Caprio gently asks. "Why are you here today, Mr. Jennings?" Arthur clears his throat. Parking ticket, sir. I parked in the wrong zone while picking up medicine for my wife. She has late-stage Alzheimer's. I care for her alone. His voice cracks. The gallery grows emotional. Alexis rolls her eyes dramatically. Seriously? Why do old people always make everything a tragedy? A woman gasps behind her. Tension tightens the room like a drum. Judge Caprio folds his hands together. His voice becomes low, controlled, heavy. Miss Marino. She tilts her head, condescending. You stand next to a man who gives his life caring for someone who no longer remembers his name, and you complain about your schedule? She shrugs. Not my problem. Compassion, Caprio says slowly, is everyone's problem. Alexis crosses her arms tighter. Caprio continues. I've seen anger. I've seen pain. I've seen suffering. But arrogance this cold, is rare. Alexis scoffs. Spare me the lecture. You're just mad I don't kiss the floor you sit on. Judge Caprio leans forward, eyes sharp. Respect is earned through humility, not demanded through ego. She laughs. A cruel, mocking laugh. Whatever. Just finish this. Judge Caprio closes the folder. I have something you need to see. He nods to the bailiff. A screen turns on behind the judge. A video loads. Courtroom murmurs swell. Alexis frowns. What is that? Caprio responds. Footage from the officer's body camera. The video begins. Alexis is seen the night she was pulled over, stepping out of her luxury car. The recording captures her screaming. Do you even know who my father is? He'll have your badge. I'll destroy you. She shoves a hand toward the officer's face. Don't talk to me unless you're paid to serve me. The courtroom gasps. But Caprio isn't finished. He gestures to the back of the room. A tall man steps forward. Alexis's eyes widen. Dad? Her father, Michael Marino, a successful but humble businessman, looks devastated. Judge Caprio addresses him. Mr. Marino, you asked to be here. You said you needed to witness your daughter's hearing. Michael nods firmly. Alexis whispers. What are you doing here? Her father's voice cracks. Because this isn't the girl I raised. The entire courtroom sits frozen. Alexis's mask begins to crack. Her father continues, voice full of heartbreak. Your mother and I worked our whole lives so you'd never experience the hardship we did. But we failed you, by giving you everything and teaching you nothing. Alexis's eyes fill with panic. Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me. No, he says quietly. You embarrassed yourself. Tears form at the corners of her eyes. He adds. When your mother was sick last year, you never visited. You were too busy partying. Too busy spending money. Alexis's lip trembles. Whispers ripple across the courtroom. Judge Caprio speaks softly. This is your moment, Miss Marino. The moment when arrogance confronts truth. Alexis's voice falters. I didn't know she was that bad. You didn't tell me. Her father shakes his head. You didn't want to know. A tear finally escapes her eye. The girl who walked in like a queen suddenly looks like a scared child. Her arms drop from her chest. Her posture slumps. She whispers. I'm sorry. But the courtroom isn't convinced. Judge Caprio waits. Her tears grow heavier. Her breathing tightens. She breaks. Her voice cracks open, raw and trembling. I don't want to be this person. I don't know why I act like this. I don't want you to hate me, Dad. Her father's eyes well up. Arthur, the elderly man she mocked, watches gently. The arrogance is gone. What stands in its place is remorse, messy, painful, real. Judge Caprio nods solemnly. Miss Marino, you will face consequences. Not to punish you, but to change you. She wipes tears, nodding. Yes, Your Honor. Caprio lifts the file. 1. Legal consequence. You are fined $350 for the speeding violation. She nods again, still crying. 2. Emotional/moral consequence. You will write a formal apology to the officer you disrespected, and to this court. Gasps echo. Alexis whispers. I will. 3. Community-based consequence. Caprio's eyes soften but remain firm. And finally, you will spend 60 hours volunteering at the Providence Alzheimer's Care Center. You will assist the staff and interact with patients. Alexis's breath catches. Her father covers his mouth to hide emotion. Arthur wipes a tear from his cheek. Caprio ends with wait. You will see what real struggle looks like. You will understand the kind of love that Mr. Jennings shows his wife every day. Maybe then, humility will grow where arrogance lived. Alexis nods, tears streaming. Thank you. Your Honor. The room stays silent. Everyone feels the shift. A spoiled girl didn't just get punished. She began to transform. 6 months later. A warm summer afternoon. Camera fades in on the Providence Alzheimer's Care Center. Alexis enters, not in designer clothes, but in simple jeans and a plain blue volunteer shirt. Her hair tied back. Her walk slower, intentionally humble. Inside, she guides a patient gently by the hand, helping her sit near a sunny window. She smiles, genuinely. Nurses watch her with admiration. A small montage plays. Alexis reading stories to elderly patients. Alexis brushing an old woman's hair. Alexis helping set up decorations for a patient's birthday. Alexis holding Arthur's wife's hand while he rests his head on her shoulder. Her transformation is stunning. Cut to Arthur. He sits beside Alexis in the common room. His voice quiet. My wife doesn't remember my name, but she smiles every time she sees you. Alexis chokes up. She's taught me more about love in a few weeks than I've learned in my entire life. Arthur pats her hand. And you've changed more than you know. Later, Alexis meets her father in the parking lot. He hugs her tightly, something the old Alexis would have brushed off. I'm proud of you, sweetheart. She whispers. I'm trying. He smiles. Your mother would be proud too. Camera rises slowly as they walk to the car, side by side, healed. Arrogance is loud. Humility is quiet. But growth. Growth is powerful. In a world where entitlement often overshadows empathy, remember this. The strongest people are the ones who choose compassion over pride. Judge Caprio didn't punish Alexis. He guided her back to humanity. And sometimes, that's the justice we all need.